Hello and welcome back to my channel. As always, I am Matt from Cleveland Sex Therapy. I'm a licensed clinical therapist and certified sex therapist. I'm also a polyamorous specialist as well. And for today's video, I wanted to talk about different relationship styles, specifically monogamy and polyamory. In today's world, choosing to be in different relationship styles has become a little bit more common. From traditional monogamy to various forms of polyamory, our society is starting to become a little bit more comfortable with what we would call non-traditional relationship styles. As an advocate for sex positivity, I love this. It gives us the freedom of breaking free from the confinements and ideals of the past and push right into this new age of how to be in a relationship. So for today's video, let's explore traditional monogamy and dive on into polyamory and see which one is right for you. So let's start with a relationship style or styles that you may not be too familiar with. Polyamory, also known as ethical or consensual non-monogamy, is an umbrella term used to describe various relationship styles that we would consider non-traditional and operate outside of an exclusive monogamous relationship. Everyone is consenting to this, which means they are aware that they are not in a monogamous relationship. Examples of these kind of polyamorous relationships include specific polyamory, open relationships, swinging, relationship anarchy, polygamy, and solo poly, to name a few. Polyamory continues to be seen and considered as a relationship style as we head into the 21st century. Roughly 5 to 10% of the population currently practice one of these various forms of polyamory. All right, now let's dive into a relationship style that you may be a little bit more familiar with. Monogamy is what we would call a traditional relationship style where exclusivity is the key. In every species, monogamy can be broken down into two forms. We have social monogamy and we have sexual monogamy. Social monogamy involves the appearance that we are exclusive to one another, emotionally, as well as sharing offspring and duties together. Sexual monogamy, on the other hand, is exactly what it sounds like. We are sexually exclusive to one another. What is really interesting about this is that in all of the species in this world, roughly 90% only practice social monogamy. Sexual monogamy tends to be really exclusive to just humans, and it's actually how we define monogamy today. That's pretty interesting when you think about it, but more on that in another video. Monogamy is also highly promoted as the only relationship style that we can teach, accept, and acknowledge in our society today. So, how do I know which relationship style is right for me? Well, let's dive on into some ways of figuring this out. First things first, we have to start with some internal reflection. If you are watching this video, I assume that you are pretty curious about non-traditional relationship styles. But if you are not, and you feel really comfortable with an exclusive monogamous relationship, well then there you have it. You know you want to be monogamous. But I would still encourage you to explore some self-reflection. Whether you are exploring monogamy or not, let's start with this question. When did you choose to be monogamous? I'm sure you have never thought of this question before. And why would you? If I had to guess, I would say 99.9% of humans had no choice in what relationship style they get to practice. From Disney movies to religion and even the music we listen to today, everything points to monogamy. Don't feel bad for questioning what you want because in reality, You had no choice. All right, after we explore that question, let's move into some other questions that I want you to consider. Do I have any biases around monogamy or polyamory? What is the point of a relationship? What do I want to get out of a relationship? How do I define love and how do I define intimacy? And what am I afraid of if I engage in polyamory? Spend some time with yourself journaling and maybe talking to some trusted friends and see if you feel comfortable starting the journey towards polyamory or staying with monogamy. All right, so once we are done with some self-reflection and self-exploration, you may have a ton of questions. So let's talk about how we can go about finding some answers. First things first, do not do a Google search. We will talk about when to use Google a little bit later. Remember, our world is so sex negative and closed-minded. Of course, if you just go into Google and type in random phrases, you may end up with something that is extremely shame-inducing. Because of this, we are going to want to find resources that are open and non-judgmental. A good place to start would be searching for local or national sex educators or sex therapists. Most likely, when you find them and you go to the website, they will have resources there that are ready for you to continue this exploration. I will put websites and resources in the description below to help you get started. You can also head to your social media to find some answers. Searching for phrases like sex therapist, sex therapy, polyamory, open relationships, swinging, anything related to polyamory or relationships can put you in the position of finding handles and people to follow that can provide you more information and more clarity. And you can do this on any social media platform. I will also put some of my favorite people that I think you should follow in the description below. Finding books is a great resource as well. Again, I will put some books in the description below that I think will be really helpful for you on this journey. One that I can think off the top of my head is The Jealousy Workbook by Kathy Labriola. This is a great way for you to start exploring some of the fears that you may have internally around your relationships. Last but not least, if you really can't find any information, even though there is a ton in the description below, use Google. But be very specific. Don't just type in monogamy or polyamory. You will probably get a Wikipedia page that probably will not be helpful for you. Be as specific as you can. Type helpful tips in helping me decide what kind of relationship I want. Or how do I know if I am poly? Once you click on the link, scroll down and make sure that the author is credible. I tend to find that individuals who are certified as sex therapists or sex educators, those are the people we want to look at. And now that you have done some internal reflection and conducted your own research, it's time for the last step. And this may not be applicable to everybody, but if you are in a relationship, let's see if we can find a time to sit down with the person that we care about and talk about this. This may be a really tough process and take a lot of time and energy, but it's worth it. Also, do not hesitate to reach out to a sex therapist to help you with this process if needed. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. When it is all said and done, monogamy and polyamory are beautiful relationship styles promoted by research. For those of you who do a deep dive and find out you are monogamous, congrats! You have done the work and know in your heart of hearts that you desire an exclusive traditional relationship. For those of you who do a deep dive and find out that you want to take the next steps and explore polyamory, congrats to you too. I think we all owe it to ourselves to do this deep dive and this exploration so that we do not feel trapped to be in a relationship that we are not on board with. Well, that's all I got. Thank you for watching this video and comment down below your own journey with monogamy or polyamory. And please remember to like and subscribe. This content is something that I love to do, and providing the sex education that I think we all need in sex positivity just warms my heart. Until next time.